welcome back, and welcome if you are new here. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are new here, my name is Lydia, and I'm a stay-at-home mom to my 3 kids, and we just do a lot of mom life things on this channel. And I'm going to share with y'all our cruise to Bermuda. We had decided with my family back in November of 2022 that we wanted to do a cruise together, and we were able to talk my grandparents into going with us, and so we have anxiously been awaiting it, and we decided to go out of Baltimore because it was only about 2.5 to 3 hours for my grandparents to drive versus like going out of Florida where they would have like an 8-hour, 10-hour trip, So we went ahead and drove up the day before, and it was supposed to be about an 8-hour trip, but it ended up taking us, of course, with kids, about 10 hours. But it worked out good so that we were already there in Baltimore and ready to get up in the morning and just go over to the ship.
Let's go, let's go!
We're headed to the cruise.
I'm really excited.
You're really excited?
Yeah.
So mistakes were made, and we packed our kids' birth certificates in our suitcase that we had already turned in, and we realized it, and so we had to try to get our luggage found. They found it for us finally, but we were some of the last people, if not the last people, to get on the boat. So by the time we got on, our kids were just so excited that we were actually getting to go and we were not getting left behind. What are we doing, Bella?
Where's the air conditioning coming from?
Are we moving?
It's just the air coming through.
I don't think he's the captain.
Oh, sure. Our car is way over there. No, it's over here. Our car is behind us now. Is that a platform over there, Mom?
It was funny as we were getting closer and closer to the bridge, the kids were going back and forth on whether or not we were going to be able to make it under the bridge, And Bella just spoke up really loud, and she's like, "We're not going to make it." And this lady beside us, she genuinely looked concerned, and she's like, "Honey, I'm wondering the same thing." And it was just funny because she really looked concerned, like they hadn't done it, time and time before. But it did look pretty close when we went under it. It was pretty close. So the kids thought that part of it was really neat.
Met us at the park because she'd hug and kiss him too. And I remember all the nannies going, "Oh no, she kissed the mister, oh no." Because isn't that like the #1 rule not to do when you're in that? Win the debate, you're free to put your left turn signal on and shush the cop out of the way.
Belbo?
All right, go ahead. This boy's done ate, y'all. He's gonna struggle. He ate too much. Ah, you killed the thing.
So our room was pretty small for a family of 5, but they did have 2 Murphy beds that came down out of the ceiling for the boys, and then Bella just slept in the king-size bed with us, and it worked out fine. And you're really not in your room a whole lot, so it was okay.
Oh, the money.
What is it?
It's a bear.
Isn't it?
Bear. It's a bear.
Is it a bear?
He wants to sit out in the shade time.
Okay.
So,
We chose to eat a lot of our meals in the dining room. The food was just excellent. The service was great. We had the same 3 servers all week, and they were just so amazing. They paid attention to what we liked, and a lot of times would bring it before we even had to ask them, and so we just really enjoyed eating there. We did eat the buffet a few times, and also at the cafe we would get like late night snacks like we needed any more food. But the food was really great at the dining room. We just really enjoyed it there, and like I said, the service was amazing as well. Crazy girl.
Not eat it.
We really didn't plan to do a whole lot except go to Horseshoe Bay on the day that we got there. So we just got off the ship, and right there's the dockyard, and the minibuses come up to it. And we found a really nice guy who was able to take all of us on his bus and 2 other people as well. And so we went on over to Horseshoe Bay and just spent, several hours there. We were able to rent some chairs and an umbrella for my grandparents because they didn't really, want to be out in the sun and stuff as well. So it worked out great. And of course, Horseshoe Bay was beautiful. So we left the kids in their clothes to get like some family pictures, and they got soaking wet. So they ended up having to swim in those because we knew we were going to have a 30-minute drive back to the dockyard on the bus, and we didn't want them to be in that guy's van soaking wet. So we just put their, swimming trunks and stuff on them to go back on the ride. So they had to swim in their clothes, but that's what happens with kids. My husband, my niece, and myself were able to go explore around in the rocks a little bit. We found a cave, and then you walk in there, and there's another cave back there on the right side. I didn't get the greatest footage just because I was feeling a little bit claustrophobic. But because the first cave that we came into actually had water coming into it, and the tide was coming in, so I was feeling a little bit like I was going to get trapped in there. And so we didn't stay in there a whole lot, but we did enjoy walking around in there and seeing the caves. Then we walked out on the other rocks. My brother and his wife had saw some tropical fish, and so we were trying to see if we could see any. But again, the water was getting deeper and it was real stirred up, so we weren't able to see anything. But we did enjoy walking around on the rocks. The same guy who took us to Horseshoe Bay actually waited around and took us back to the dockyard when we were done, and he was really nice. His handle's 007 if you ever go to Bermuda. He was really nice, told us a lot about, he actually worked at one of the hotels there, and it shut down during COVID and never opened back up, and so he started doing the minibus. And he also just was really nice. We saw a lighthouse on the way, and we asked him, when can you go and stuff like that. And he's like, y'all want to go up there? He drove us up there. Let's get out and take pictures. Someone asked him, do you ever see dolphins in the bay? And he said no. The hotels had actually paid to have some brought in because they can't, the ones in the ocean can't actually get past the barrier reef. And so the hotels paid to have some to put in the bay. And like when hurricanes and stuff came through, they all were able to get out. And so there's not any there now. And he also said the native tree to Bermuda is a cedar tree, which we thought would be the palm tree. But he was just a super nice guy. We really enjoyed talking to him.
I'm really tired.
Did we have a good day though?
Yeah, that's why I'm tired.
I think Bella's half asleep, half awake over there on John. So our kids' two favorite things would probably be the pool and the unlimited ice cream. They ate a lot of ice cream. So the second day that we were in Bermuda, we knew we weren't going to have a full day because the ship was leaving at 1. So we didn't want to really venture off too far from the boat. So we decided to go to the Clock Tower Mall that was right there at the dockyard and just kind of shop around in there. They had some neat little shops and we were able to get some souvenirs before we left. Is he scary? He's got a long nose, doesn't he? You want to touch his nose? You can give him a hug?
Bye, Bermuda.
Can you see the little tugboat? I can't see the tugboat.
Tugboat's on the other side.
There's one on both sides.
No way.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Shoot! Cheater! You can't change, Grandma. So since we got off the ship on a Thursday and we weren't that far from my grandparents, we went ahead and went up Thursday and spent Thursday and Friday with them, and also visited my dad and some of my other siblings that live there as well. And so that was really nice. We also stopped and let our kids go into Candyland and pick out some candy. This was my favorite store growing up as a kid. So much candy to choose from. Anytime we're in West Virginia, we are going to take some time to ride some four-wheelers up on my grandpa's farm. That's one of our favorite things to do. It's definitely my boys' favorite things to do. So we came up here and also visited with my dad and his wife Rebecca, who have been staying at the top up here where that tree house is. And so we just had a beautiful evening. The weather was perfect. So not ready to go back to South Carolina weather. So my sister had told me a few months back that her and her family had found these falls. They're Douglas Falls, and they're like 20 minutes from where we grew up, and never knew that they were there. So I knew the next time we went to West Virginia, I really wanted to go see them, and they did not disappoint. They were absolutely beautiful. It just upset me that I never knew that they were there, because this would have been the kind of place that I would have come when I needed to get away from it all, and because it was very secluded. There wasn't a lot of people and stuff, and that's just my favorite thing to do, is just get out in nature and just enjoy time with the Lord and just not have everything, bombarding you. And so this would have been like my favorite place to go. And I never even knew it was there. So, but it was gorgeous and we loved it.
It's a little bit deep for you.
So that evening, my sister-in-law and my brother came down, and she cooked up some hamburgers and hot dogs for us. And so we had a little cookout, and all the little nieces and nephews got to have a good time playing together, and it was just so sweet. Did you find a firefly? Where is it? Where'd it go? Who has it?
Oh, we have so much over here. Hey, Brantley, let me hold.
Who has it?
House.
The house has it?
Yeah.
You gonna go get one?
Yeah.
Oh, go get one. Go get one.
I think we're gonna catch them.
You have a bunch in there? Oh, wow. My sweet grandma had to make sure that we had our bellies full before we left, so she made us some homemade biscuits and gravy, and it was great. Then we hit the road and headed back to South Carolina. I hope y'all have enjoyed this little vlog style video. I don't do a whole lot of these. They don't do that great on my channel, but I love having these memories for us to go back and look on. So I hope y'all have enjoyed coming along with us, and I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you next week for some fall content.